How terrifying was Xiao Yan the first time he swallowed a 9th-tier mysterious pill. Even a 7-Star Dou Saint was beaten so badly he could barely stand. After the great battle that destroyed the Yao Clan came to an end, Xiao Yan and the others rested briefly in the Shennong Mountain Range. They thought they had finally escaped the danger, but at that moment, Xiao Yan's expression suddenly changed. He looked sharply toward a nearby peak and saw a black figure holding a great blade, staring fixedly at them. Old Shennong's face darkened. It's Hun Sha, one of the Soul Clan's 4 demon saints. His strength is no weaker than Hun Yan's. To wipe out the Yao Clan, the Soul Clan truly sent out all their top experts. Before his words even finished, Hun Sha's figure flashed and appeared directly in front of Xiao Yan and the others. He had not expected anyone to truly break through the seal set by nihility, devouring flame, and escape. What surprised him even more was that this person was actually a remnant of the Xiao Clan. Fortunately, the Soul Clan had acted decisively back then and completely eliminated the Xiao Clan. Otherwise, if Xiao Xian were still alive, they would have suffered greatly. After all, before that man died, he had beaten the Soul Clan's leader, Hun Tiandi, so badly that it took nearly 1,000 years for him to recover. What do we do? Yao Lao asked in a low voice. They had just escaped the tiger's den, only to run into a pack of wolves. This man was clearly not easy to deal with. Once a fight broke out, no one present would be his match. Xiao Yan's 8-colored fire lotus was terrifying, but it was impossible for him to use it repeatedly. Xiao Yan immediately suggested that he stay behind to stop the enemy, while Yao Lao followed the original plan and led everyone away. At the same time, he took out the 9th-tier mysterious pill he had refined during the Yao ceremony. Seeing this, Yao Lao relaxed slightly, but worry still remained in his eyes. The medicinal power of a 9th-tier mysterious pill was extremely terrifying. After swallowing it, one needed auxiliary pills to help refine and dissolve its power. Otherwise, it would damage the body. But there was no other choice now. Yao Lao handed Xiao Yan a jade token and told him to crush it once he escaped danger, and Yao Lao would be able to sense him. After saying this, Yao Lao took the lead and rushed away. Old Shennong also quickly brought the young members of the Yao Clan with him and followed. Seeing this, Hun Sha waved out a surge of Dou Qi to stop them, but Xiao Yan blocked it. However, Hun Sha did not seem to care much about Yao Lao and the others leaving. His greedy gaze was fixed on the 9th-tier mysterious pill in Xiao Yan's hand. He said that if Xiao Yan handed over the pill, he might consider sparing his life. Otherwise, he would let Xiao Yan taste the suffering of the 10,000 soul corpse. Xiao Yan could not even be bothered to respond. He flipped his hand and directly threw the 9th-tier mysterious pill into his mouth. In an instant, vast energy surged violently from within his body. It condensed across his surface into a crystalline armor. The energy was so wild and overwhelming that even with Xiao Yan's soul at the great perfection of the heaven realm, he found it somewhat difficult to endure. Even Yao Ling and Yao Tian behind him were shaken back repeatedly by the energy waves. Seeing this, Hun Sha gave a sinister smile. Interesting. Swallowing a 9th-tier mysterious pill requires many auxiliary materials to neutralize its power. What you're doing is simply courting death. Since you refuse the path of survival I gave you, don't blame me for being ruthless. As he spoke, he raised the blood-red great blade in his hand, which was more than 2 meters long, and slashed fiercely toward Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan showed no weakness. He swung the heavy Shen ruler and met the attack head-on. Facing Xiao Yan, whose Dou Qi had gone berserk after swallowing the 9th-tier mysterious pill, Hun Sha's expression gradually turned ugly. With every clash, his arms were shaken numb. Under Xiao Yan's nearly insane assault, Hun Sha actually began to fall into a disadvantage. However, Hun Sha remained extremely calm. He knew very well that although the 9th-tier mysterious pill was powerful, Xiao Yan had no time to properly refine it. Once that violent energy was exhausted, Xiao Yan would have no way to continue fighting him. But Xiao Yan paid no attention to Hun Sha's calculations. He swung his ruler again with brutal force and sent Hun Sha flying thousands of meters away. Several mountains along the way were shaken into powder. Xiao Yan threw his head back and laughed. Refreshing. Let's fight again another month. After saying this, he immediately turned and shot toward another direction. There, a black shadow was carrying two figures and moving rapidly through the air. It was Yao Tian and Yao Ling, whom Xiao Yan had secretly ordered the North King to take away while he held off Hun Sha. Realizing he had been tricked, Hun Sha climbed out from the rubble with a face full of rage. He charged after Xiao Yan's fading figure and roared angrily. "Xiao Yan, no matter where you run, I will catch you. I'll peel off your flesh and tear out your soul." After deceiving Hun Sha, Xiao Yan quickly brought Yao Tian and Yao Ling with him and rushed toward the territory of the Gu clan. But Hun Sha had no intention of letting him go. He continued chasing closely from behind. At this moment, after swallowing the 9th-tier mysterious pill, Xiao Yan's body had already been badly damaged by the violent energy inside him. Even though Xiao Yi was desperately refining it, the effect was still far from enough. Even with the power of the 9th-tier mysterious pill supporting him, Xiao Yan was carrying both Yao Tian and Yao Ling while fleeing. It would not be long before Hun Sha caught up. To ensure that everyone had a chance to survive, Xiao Yan said, "With my current physical condition, I can only take one person. Hun Sha's target is me. The one who leaves will definitely be able to survive." But as soon as Xiao Yan finished speaking, both Yao Tian and Yao Ling chose to stay behind at the same time. Seeing this, Yao Ling struck Yao Tian with one palm and sent him flying away. After struggling to steady himself, Yao Tian looked at the distant figures of Xiao Yan and Yao Ling with bloodshot eyes. He did not waste words. He turned and rushed in another direction. Yao Ling, whose waist was being held by Xiao Yan as they sped forward, had a faint blush on her cheeks. Ever since Xiao Yan refined the 9th-tier mysterious pill at the Yao ceremony, and then fought his way through the Soul Clan's invasion of the Yao Clan, finally bringing them out of what should have been a dead end, Yao Ling had begun to develop feelings for him. Of course, Xiao Yan, who was currently busy fleeing for his life, knew nothing about this. The chase across the sky continued for several more hours. Xiao Yan finally felt his soul power beginning to run dry. His voice sank as he said, "If the situation becomes dangerous later, I'll send you away too." Yao Ling gently bit her lip. Then she suddenly stretched out her snow-white wrist toward Xiao Yan and said softly, "Mr. Xiao Yan, my constitution is somewhat special. My blood has the ability to nourish the soul." Xiao Yan was startled when he heard this. He looked at Yao Ling's delicate and beautiful face, while she looked back at him seriously. Her expression did not seem false. There was actually such a strange constitution in this world. No wonder people said this woman might have a chance to step into the Emperor realm. Her soul talent was most likely related to this constitution. As these thoughts flashed through Xiao Yan's mind, he said no more. He bit down on Yao Ling's pale wrist. His teeth pierced the blood vessel, and streams of crimson blood flowed into his mouth. In an instant, his nearly exhausted soul power recovered to its peak. Xiao Yan's eyes became bright again. What strange blood! If he drained all the blood in her body, perhaps his soul power could advance even further. An evil thought suddenly flashed through his heart, but in the next instant, Xiao Yan forcefully crushed it. He looked at Yao Ling's slightly pale face and scolded himself fiercely in his heart. With guilt in his voice, he said softly, "Thank you." Yao Ling gently shook her head. Her beautiful eyes turned behind them, and her brows furrowed. That man's speed has increased. Xiao Yan's expression changed slightly, and he said in a deep voice, "We're not far from the Gu clan now. Once we get there, we'll be safe." After saying this, he pushed his speed to the limit and shot forward. Behind them, Hun Sha's expression turned ugly. He had clearly been about to catch up earlier, but this brat had suddenly increased his speed again. Hun Sha immediately formed a seal with his hands, creating a massive black fox hundreds of meters in size. He spat a mouthful of essence blood onto it and shouted coldly, "Brat, you want to escape to the Gu clan for protection? I won't give you that chance." As his words fell, his figure instantly vanished from where he stood. Sensing Hun Sha disappear, Xiao Yan hurriedly brought Yao Ling downward at extreme speed. But the moment the two landed, Hun Sha tore through the air above them and appeared. He raised his blood-red blade and slashed down fiercely. Xiao Yan was just about to summon Xiao Yi and use the power of the 9 mysterious thunder when an old man in green robes suddenly appeared in front of him. With a casual motion, the old man completely dissolved Hun Sha's attack. The green-robed elder said in a deep voice. Killing someone in my Gu clan's territory, Hun Sha? Aren't you being a little too arrogant? Looking at the newcomer, a grave expression appeared on Hun Sha's face. This man was Gu Dao, one of the Gu clan's 3 immortals. His strength was comparable to the Soul clan's 4 demon saints. Both were at the 7-Star Dou Saint level. Hun Sha had not expected this old man to arrive at the critical moment. He tried to persuade Gu Dao to withdraw by claiming that this matter had nothing to do with the Gu clan. But Gu Dao rejected him outright and said that Xiao Yan could be considered half a member of the Gu clan. Xiao Yan was stunned when he heard this. Half a member of the Gu clan? Where does that come from? Gu Dao smiled faintly. You brat, in the demonic flame realm, you took advantage of the situation and took Suner's innocence. Don't tell me you still want to deny it. Xiao Yan scratched his head in embarrassment. Then he told Gu Dao the news that the Yao Clan had already been destroyed by the Soul Clan. Although Gu Dao was greatly shaken, he was not entirely surprised. After all, after the Shi Clan and Ling Clan were destroyed, they had already suspected the Soul Clan. They simply had no concrete evidence. Gu Dao shouted angrily. So it really was you people. Hun Sha replied coldly. Why waste words? Don't worry. Your Gu clan will sooner or later end up just like them. Gu Dao said in a deep voice. I'm afraid you don't have that big of an appetite. Hun Sha sneered. Appetite isn't something proven by words alone. Before his voice had fully faded, Hun Sha raised his blood-red blade and charged toward Gu Dao. Gu Dao showed no fear. He held his green staff and met him head-on. The two began an earth-shaking battle, while Xiao Yan quickly sat cross-legged and controlled Xiao Yi to refine the remaining energy of the 9th-tier mysterious pill. Waves of powerful Dou Qi continuously merged into his body. Faintly, there were signs that he was about to break through. At the same time, Hun Sha, who was fighting Gu Dao, began to grow anxious. This was Gu clan territory after all. The commotion from their battle was too great. If the other 2 members of the Gu clan's 3 immortals arrived, then not only would he fail to capture Xiao Yan, he might not even be able to leave safely. As thoughts raced through Hun Sha's mind, he condensed another blood-red giant blade and slammed it violently against Gu Dao. But this attack was easily neutralized by Gu Dao. However, the original Hun Sha suddenly turned into an illusion and quietly vanished. Gu Dao's pupils shrank sharply, and he turned around at once. Hun Sha had already appeared in front of Xiao Yan, striking his palm straight toward Xiao Yan's skull. But at this critical moment, Xiao Yan, whose eyes had been tightly closed, suddenly opened them. An aura several times stronger than before shot into the sky. Hun Sha's expression changed drastically. 6-Star Dou Saint. He has already refined the 9th-tier mysterious pill. Xiao Yan paid no attention to his shock. With a flip of his hand, he threw out the golden lightning dragon coiled around his arm. It was the power of the 9 mysterious thunder he had refined in the void lightning pool. This attack came without warning. It directly pierced through Hun Sha's palm, blasting open a scorched bloody hole. Even Hun Sha's body was shaken back dozens of steps by the tremendous impact before he finally steadied himself. Gu Dao quickly rushed over. Seeing this scene, even he could not help drawing in a breath of cold air. The energy contained in that golden beam made even him feel a chill in his heart. Hun Sha looked at the wound that had pierced through his palm, and cold sweat broke out across his body. His defense had not worked at all. If that attack had struck his head directly, he probably would have ended up seriously injured. Just as his expression changed drastically, a large number of powerful Gu clan experts were rushing toward them at high speed. Hun Sha knew that capturing Xiao Yan was now impossible. He could only curse angrily. Xiao Yan, remember this. I will definitely make you pay back this debt 100-fold. After saying this, his figure moved and transformed into a streak of black light, quickly disappearing from the spot.